All the directors nominated this year are exceptional practitioners of their craft, taking cinema to new and far-flung places. All four of them will ultimately go down in history as winners, as truly, I cannot remember a year with four such exceptional examples of directorship. So, without further ado, the winner is George Clooney!
Thank you. No, please. I've collected a few of these statues this evening, and the feeling has not gotten any less intense or breathtaking. I am honored. In the past, I've been accused of seeming smug, or preachy, or self-serving in my acceptance speeches. And people in our line of work, people who are cheered for, awarded, celebrated as much as I am, are liable to forget the people and the places that made them. Look down on the humble everyman living his life, and make the foolish assumption that people should do as we say and not as we do. For that, I am sorry. There are far too many people to thank in the small amount of time available to me. I'm comic and play for an old man such as myself. So I shall just take this opportunity to set something straight. Another oversight I made as a young man. I haven't acknowledged this enough over the years, but Max, you are everything. My success, my future, and my past. And for that, many thanks.
The sun shines bright in the old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer and everyone's gay. The corn tops ripe and the meadows in the bloom, while the birds make music all of the day. The young folks roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By and by hard times comes a knocking at the door, then my old Kentucky home, good night. Weep no more, my lady, oh, weep no more today. We will sing one song for the old Kentucky home, for the old Kentucky home, far away.
Come on now, Georgie. Daddy's got work to do. Be on your way, eh? Come on. Go and see your auntie.
Ready to go live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good evening, Cincinnati. My name's Nick Clooney and this is the Channel 12 News at 11. Our top story today, after more than 2 months of a tense standoff with federal marshals, 120 armed members of the American Indian Movement and their supporters who seized the old town of Wounded Knee on the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota, laid down their arms today and surrendered the town to wary federal.
Okay, George, what we're filming today, it's a really fun one. I think you're really going to get off on this.
This is definitely going to help my credibility with the Academy. Pretend doctors and rubbish superheroes don't get statues.
very much the tone of this picture, so let's try and get that, okay?
Time for a treasurer. You have to be in charge of a country's budget to afford these. Thank you, Prince of Monaco.
Yeah, Joel hit the mark there. That's, it's a stylistic work, it's...
Holy shit, there's two of them. Thought this guy was a stunt double. But then, why did the director need a stunt double? I should probably be listening to this.
Face-pulling, quirkiness, expressions that are perhaps not, over the norm, but...
This doesn't look so difficult. Maybe I could be a respected director. And I already had the stunt doubles, so they could cover for me whilst I get lunch. One thing at a time, though. I'm getting great roles right now. I'm sure if Max thinks I should switch, he'll give me a sign.
Yeah, I think Ethan there was exactly right. I mean, I was just talking to DLP.
Not far from home right now. Sun on the cornfield. Seems like we've come a long way since Kentucky, but maybe not so far as I think. Maybe I should fly Lisa over. Show her the old homestead. My roots. Where I'm from.
Really confident about stage work. Let's get this in the bag before the light fails, okay? We need to make sure you're getting the real Greek thing here.
I find it very hard to play myself. You spend your whole career playing other people. You forget who you really are. I can't move my face in this mask. Is this a bad move? Maybe I should just stay in the white coat. But he hasn't steered me wrong yet. And this is a big movie after all. I'm certainly having a lot of fun, and Max knows what's best for me. But I hate not being able to move my face. Reminds me of when I was a child. When I had Bell's palsy. Before I met Max.
Bell's palsy for sure.
Bell's palsy? What does that mean?
Bell's palsy is a paralysis of the facial nerves, usually resulting in a characteristic lopsided appearance of the face, due mainly to a drooping of the mouth on the affected side. There are several causes of facial nerve
Recovery is
paralysis.
usually
Bell's
spontaneous.
palsy is the name we give
In some
to
cases,
with
especially if the
unable
disease
to
persists for a long
move
time,
and
the eventual recovery can only be
Bell's
partial.
palsy is a rapid onset.
This also leads to facial spasms and accompanying involuntary facial movements. The doctor suggested that I take cortisone, like a steroid drug. She believed it may help loosen my face, but it would only work if I started taking it soon. Prescribed early in the course of the disease, had a 50-50 chance of success. That day the doc told me that if I wanted to get through this, then I was going to need someone looking down on me. Well, that's when Max came into my life.
So, my agent tells me this is the right point in my career to do a big commercial. That it'll raise my profile a little. Good way to earn an easy buck. I'm sure you have a similar agent that says similar things. He tells me it's a martini commercial. No problem there. Classy liquor. Something I wouldn't mind being associated with. But what he says that really convinces me to take the job, the thing that really made my mind up, is that he said I'd be playing up against the most devastatingly attractive brunette he'd ever seen. And I suppose that makes you England's Lisa Snowdon.
The very same. And you are America's Mr. George Clooney, I presume.
In person. What are you drinking?
A martini, obviously.
Drinking on set before a day of filming. Rebellious as well as beautiful. I like that.
You can also add scandalous, anarchic, and adventurous to that list.
Quite a claim. Can you back it up?
Well, if I say that Premier Model Management discovered me pole dancing at a rave at the tender age of 19, you can rest assured that this is going to be the most exciting day's shooting you've ever experienced.
I can hardly wait.
Oh, this won't disappoint.
Sorry to disturb you guys. The director says the cherry fountain's working, so if you'd like to get a costume as soon as possible.
Sure thing.
So, George, what do you bring to the table?
How do you mean?
Well, I'm devastatingly beautiful and dangerous. What's the point of you?
An arrogant man would say charisma. So, charisma. What are you reading?
L.
Any good?
March edition's better.
How so?
I was on the cover?
That does sound better. Didn't ask you back this month?
No.
I'll have no fury like a woman scorned. Shall we go to makeup?
I'm in no rush.
You are rebellious.
Still got the top 10 beauty tips.
As if you need beauty tips.
Any idea what's supposed to happen in this advert?
All I know is I chase you through a fountain wearing a comedy mustache. It's classy stuff.
Sounds like you devised the concept.
Are you staying in Monaco for the whole weekend?
Maybe.
Good, we'll hire jet skis.
Mr. Clooney and Miss Snowden, you're needed in makeup immediately.
I think we'll need a yacht.
I just couldn't eat it. It's like chewing on my best friend. I remember it just rushing through my head. I won't eat it. I won't eat it. I can't eat it. Sweet Anne Rosemary, always wanting what was best for me. Was anyone I owe almost as much as Max for my success, then maybe it's her. I know they had my best interests at heart, but I was never going to eat pork again. George, wake up. Wake up. George, get up. George, get out of the bed. George, get up. Get out of the house. Get up. Get up, George. Get out of the house. Get out of the house, George. George, you have to get out. Get out. Get up. Get out of the house. Get out of the house, George. George, you have to leave. Leave now. Leave. Go. Go. Go, George. Get up. Get out. They called it a miracle. If I hadn't gotten out of bed at that precise moment, then my house would have become my tomb. During the earthquake, the roof collapsed right onto my bed. But thanks to Max, I wasn't in it. They called it a miracle, but I know better.
Lisa, you look better every time I see you. I'm so lucky to share a bed with the UK's favourite pin-up.
Oh, Georgie.
As improbable as it may seem, I've never been that lucky in love, but now it looks as if Lady Luck is smiling down on me.
Things are moving so fast.
The thing is, sugar, love has its own cruise control. If things are moving fast, it's because they're supposed to.
I don't know. I find it hard to believe. Maybe it's because my parents got divorced when I was 17.
Well, that is a formative age, and I am an impossible romantic. But you just have to trust me.
But I live in London. You live in Hollywood. We have the entire Atlantic between us.
As if an ocean could separate us. I'll fly over every month, we'll stay in the Dorchester, and we'll go horse riding in Hyde Park.
Well, when you put it like that, it does seem quite perfect.
Listen, don't worry about it, baby. There'll be a new film. It's called Ocean's 11. It's going to be a massive hit. Make a ton of money. What's going to happen is, move into doing the charity work I want, and start doing some smaller, independent films.
That's fantastic, Georgie. We're such an it couple.
I don't see how anything could possibly go wrong.
I'm ravenous. Let's get room service.
Good idea. Hello, room service? I'd like a super continental breakfast.
I'll have a special K and orange juice.
And a special K and orange juice. On another diet?
I always eat special K for breakfast. It's where I got a big break, doing the advert.
I have a soft spot for tomatoes for a similar reason.
Oh, Georgie, you look so dashing with your hair tossed on the pillow.
And you look just as beautiful as the first time I saw you under the soft lights of a cocktail bar.
Hold me, Georgie.
Man, David, man, how's it going? Brad, come here.
George.
And of course, the lovely Julia.
As handsome as ever.
Casey.
George Clooney, as I live and breathe. Tell me, George, how do you manage to get handsomer by the day?
Subtle combination of moisturizer, witchcraft, and powerful injection.
Pork scratching?
Pork scratching? Don't mind if I do.
Julia, pork scratching?
Oh, no thanks. A moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hip.
Not for you, Julia. You look like a goddess, as always.
Even in Aaron Brockovich, you didn't look dowdy.
Yeah, bro.
Maybe they could give you an Oscar just for looking good.
Not your type though, George.
Stick a black wig on, and I might reconsider.
Speaking of Stevie Soda Pop, where is the old auteur?
I think he's watching last night's Rushes. Oh yeah, and he said get into character.
I'm always in character. This is the performance of a lifetime happening right in front of your eyes.
Sure is, George. Yeah, we should totally do this like the Rat Pack original. Everything one take, improvised.
Do we ever need more than one take?
Oh, Matt, how's Mark Wahlberg doing?
Fine. He's set up in my basement and doesn't come up much, but I think the acting lessons and therapy are really helping.
That's great news.
Right, so is this Troy or Fight Club? I think I'm playing a rugby player.
I'm not very sure. I'm almost certain it's something to do with the casino.
Denzel Washington in it?
Yeah, probably. I think like he time traveled.
We're all in.
I thought I got to go shopping.
And I'm not sure if that is Denzel Washington.
I like your jacket. I'm shopping.
Thanks, man.
Everybody, thanks for coming on the set today.
Steven! Behold, enough star power to light up a galaxy.
I've got this awesome tracking shot planned for later. I was up at 2 in the morning talking to the DOP about it. It's going to be sensational. The camera's going to be vibrating all over the place. Art school. Real arty.
Can't wait, Steve. Really.
On set in 5, guys. Can't wait to start.
Who's that guy?
Steve Soderbergh. I think he's the director.
Horribly ugly.
What a prize gig.
Welcome to the MTV Awards, live in Barcelona. Thanks for that, Shakira. Next up, it's the Best Dressed Male Award. And I think this will come as no surprise, but the winner is... Mr. Judge Clooney! Clooney!
Okay, George, remember to thank Max.
Okay, that's it. They really deserve this award. But there are a few people I'd like to thank. When I was cradling a dying child in Darfur in my arms the other week, he pulled on my tie and said, "Uncle George, how's it like to grow up to be a well-dressed man like you?" And so I said to him, "Little Mbikwe, all you've got to do is be as incredibly handsome as I am."
And have a real friend like
I'd like to
Max.
thank here.
Say it, George.
I'd like to thank Robert Downey Jr.
Thank
I'd like
Max.
to give a shout out to my man, Barack Obama, a little
Thank Max.
politician in Chicago. I think he's going to go on to big things. I'd like to thank Kofi Annan. My,
Why aren't you thanking
gun right
Max?
here. I'd like to thank the Dalai Lama, one of my spiritual apprentices. I'd like to thank Gandhi.
What
I'd
about
like to
your
thank Jesus.
spiritual mentor?
I'd like to thank Ewan McGregor. Did a lot of good work for me out there. And it's one of those things where, like, I'm helping people just by being there so they can look at me. But also, I'm incredibly, incredibly rich. So, me and Ewan...
You need to thank Max. He's the one who got us here.
Bags of money at people that can't even spend the money because it's US dollars. And that's like a year's wage for them. But there's nowhere they can spend it. Who else would I like to thank? Should I thank my stylist? No, I do all of this myself. Anyone can put clothes on this and it would look fantastic. I thank Casey Affleck, Don Cheadle, that Jewish guy that's in the movie. I think that's...
You should thank Max. You should thank him for everything he's done for
I
us.
pay attention. I'm just the kind of guy who gets so into character as a really handsome, well-dressed man that it doesn't really matter how I pay attention to the rest of the characters. It's just how I am. Now, where was I?
No, it's not. It's just how Max made us.
I'd like to thank whoever that shithead was that gave me the award.
Thank Max. Thank Max. Thank Max.
Now,
You
where was
forgot
I?
to
Oh,
thank
yeah.
Max.
I am incredibly handsome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank Max, George. Thank Max. We'd be nothing without him. Nothing.
The line is, "I'm home now. I try to find the rhythm of the world." Now, I want to see that reassurance of you being home and the reassurance of finding the rhythm. Okay? In your own time.
I'm home now. Try to find the rhythm of the world.
That's a good take, people. That's good take. One more.
I'm home now. Try to find the rhythm of the world.
You're transfixed. This is a moment of epiphany, moment of realization. Okay? When you're ready.
Okay. Is this what it means to die? Am I in the moment of my own death? Is this the last thought I will ever have?
We're gonna try this one. In the scene, you're sweating, you're struggling, you're beyond fear, so lots of emotion, George. Take one.
I'm losing my mind, breaking apart.
Okay, Josh, so in this scene, you're confronting the horror, you're confronting the abyss. In the Tarkovsky original, which we're trying to surpass, the black screen is something that the viewer can project onto, because whatever we were to show them, that would not fully realize the unimaginable horror. That starts in the viewer's own mind. Okay, so Josh, see the void, Josh. Okay, we're ready. Rolling. See the horror, George. See the blackness. From the abyss, George. You're in the abyss.
Tough gig.
Intolerable cruelty, restaurant scene, take one.
Do you always treat your women like this?
Yes. Well, 2 steaks, medium rare to rare, hold the sauce.
Cut! Sorry, Catherine. That was great, George. Okay, George. Yeah, you're most of the way there, but we just like little tweaks. Remember, you're completely intoxicated with this woman. She's the best thing that's ever going to happen to you. You're hitting a bit of a midlife crisis here, but you're going to pull through it if you believe you can. That's the character. I mean, you're great. It's going to be good. Catherine, what can I say? Gorgeous, fabulous, fantastic, good line reading. Well done. Intolerable cruelty, restaurant scene, take 2.
Do you always treat your women like this?
Yes. Well, 2 steaks, medium rare to rare.
Cut!
Ah, dash it!
For crying out loud!
Sorry.
Are you okay, George?
I'm fine. Let's do it again.
Great, let's get another take.
What's wrong with you today, George?
I don't know. You look lovely today, by the way.
I know. You're not looking yourself.
Really? You up to anything tonight?
No, not really. I was planning on getting some beauty sleep.
You don't need your beauty sleep, doll.
Nice try, George. But you're just not my type.
What do you mean, not your type? I'm rich, successful, handsome.
Sure, you're rich, successful, and handsome. I prefer my men to be experienced, wizened, and sage.
I can be sage, I think.
Lisa, what are you doing in Chicago? You didn't call ahead.
I flew in this morning.
To see me?
You, George.
But why come all this way?
George, your breath stinks. How many of those have you had?
I'm here doing an advert endorsing espresso. I think I'm allowed to have a few.
Forcing espresso, not replacing your bodily fluids with it.
You didn't fly all the way out here to lecture me on my diet.
No, George. There's no easy way to say this.
Try the hard way.
I can't put my finger on it. It's as if you've lost your inner sparkle or inner energy.
It's not about the CNN story, is it? I told you I wasn't flirting with Catherine Zeta-Jones.
No, George.
That's nonsense. You know it's nonsense.
Your microphones were on. You can't deny it.
But the Lucy Liu story, the bathroom, that's just slander.
Lucy Liu in the loo, George. It still hurts me to read that. This is over, George. You're not the same man I fell for. You can't take the hurt of another failing relationship.
Mr. Clooney, we're ready for the next shot now?
Sure.
Would you like another complimentary espresso, sir?
I'm flying back to London this evening.
Can you at least mail me the suits I left at yours?
I've already burnt them.
Let's play a game of Pass the Pigs. The rules of the game are simple. 2 to 4 players and 1 Hollywood actor may compete. The first player to reach an Academy Award, or 100 points, is the winner. When it's your turn, you roll both pigs. If you get a razorback, when the pig lands on its back, that's 5 points. If you get a double razorback, 20 points. When the pig lands upright on its feet, you call that a trotter, and you win an award for being the best dressed man. If both pigs land on their feet, you call that a double trotter, which is 20 points. If the pig lands facing forwards on its snout, then you get to work with the Coen Brothers on some really important movies. If both pigs land facing forwards, we call that a double snouter, and that's 40 points. If the pig lands forwards, but leaning a little bit over, we call that a leaning jowler. That's 15 points. And if both pigs land in the leading jowler position, you get a beautiful English girlfriend. However, if both pigs land on opposite sides, then we call that a pig out. And when you get a pig out, it's not your turn anymore. You get turned over by stupid Welsh actresses. If both pigs land on the same side, you get 1 point, or are forced to stare into the existential horror of a stupid remake film. And then if the pigs land touching each other, then your beautiful English girlfriend breaks up with you, and you have to go back to 0 for the game. But the important thing about this is to have the right strategy. You got your pigs, you just keep rolling, and getting more points, and more points, and more great parts, and more great films. And then all of a sudden, you get caught with Lucy Lou in a toilet, and you're back to square one because you pigged out. Razorback, 5 points. Leading Jowler, 15 points. Total of 20 points. Next roll. Double Razorback, 20 points. Snouter, 10 points. Both on the side, 1 point. Ooh, pig out. Get pelted with tomatoes, go back to 0. Bring on the next player. Double Snouter, good start, 40 points. Double Leading Jowler, 60 points. Already up to 100. Suddenly I'm in the game. Free Academy Award for Mr. Nobody. Double side, 1 point. Double side, 1 point. Double side, 1 point. Still working on television as a stupid doctor. Double side, 1 point. Double side, 1 point. Double Leading Jowler, 60 points. Suddenly we're in the big time. Oh no! Oinka. Back to 0. Always back to 0. Razorback and a cider, 5 points and 1 point. Put me on 6 points. A snouter, 1 on the side, gives me 11 points. Puts me up to 27. Got a single Leaning Jowler, no one's on his side. That's another 16 points, puts me up to 43. Here they just land both on their sides, and we're on 45. Next roll's a good one. Double Snouter. That's 40 points, and we're up to 85, which is almost there. Really close now. Snouter, 10 points. 1 on the side, it's 96. Roll again, George. Both pigs are on their side, so only a point each, but with 98, we're sure to get their next turn. Roll one more time. Take your motorcycle out for a ride. But pigs land on top of each other, and we're back to 0 again.
What is this? But then how long am I going to be here for? Well then, why are you here? Well, I don't want to be here, so you're going to tell me how to get out. I don't understand. What am I meant to do? Tell me what I'm meant to do. Tell me what I'm meant to do. Tell me what I'm meant to do. What does that mean?